And I think in one way we probably should have brought someone in much earlier. I mean, been doing this for more than a year now. We have learned a lot together.
It's like good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love for life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hello, all entrepreneurs and big dreaming friends out there. My name is Mattias Gronborg, aka MattGron, and that's why we call the show MattGron Talks. And here I share my scale-up journey building my company from nothing to something. And of course, I'm not alone. I have my dear friend and co-host Svea-Malina Landshoff. How are you doing?
Hi, Mattias. I'm doing great. I always feel like I'm introduced to a big stage when you are saying my name. Thanks for that, making me feel welcome. And yeah, welcome to MattGron Talks also from my side. This is where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality. And we smack into reality 3 times every week, actually. Every Monday, Wednesday, and every Friday. And Mattias has a framework for you, right?
Yes, we have a framework for you guys, and welcome to the show. If this is your first episode, every Monday we talk about self-development, and I share my journey growing as a human being and a leader. And then every Wednesday I talk about all the practical things I'm learning in the entrepreneurial process, scaling up my company. And then every Friday I talk about how the week unfolded, I share what I have learned, and we are also celebrating the victories here in the show.
Okay, Mattias, thank you for the framework. I would say let's jump right into our Wednesday episode, and I have an interesting topic for today. Because I know
Wednesday. Yeah. Wednesday means very interesting business
practical
topics.
Business scaling up, that all topics around that. And today I want to talk about working with a board of directors, and when the time is right to start doing that. Because I know you have been doing that for about a year now, so I thought that might be a good occasion to talk about that and how it has been going for you. But let's rewind to a year ago when you made the decision to start with a board, to work with a board of directors. What were the reasons you decided to do that?
Yeah, the big reason back then was that me and Erik, we felt we needed an external person, like a chairman of the board, coming in to help us balance our discussions, to be able to really work on the strategic important stuff instead of just ending up talking about the operational things when we had our board meetings. And then of course also get someone in to the company that had the experience of what we wanted to achieve. So I think the main things here is basically more experience and also better communication.
Yeah. I can imagine that you can work very hard and try your best, but at some point maybe you reach that moment where you feel okay, but now we've done all we could. We need someone who has more experience and can help us develop even more. I get that. So when did you know that the time was right to actually get an external chairman in? How did you know that?
At that point, I had been thinking about the timing for many years, and where we come from, bootstrapping the business for many years since day one. Of course, we have the financial part to consider because it costs money to invest in a professional board, bringing in an external chairman of the board. So, and then I would say, except for the financial side, it was also timing on the bottleneck when the owners kind of hit the ceiling. And that happened around 15 people and 15 million Swedish kronor in revenue. So what I mean with bottleneck is actually when the owners need to kind of start duplicating themselves. And we have been talking about that before. how hard it is to build a company from like 10, 15 people and start to actually scale the business.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I think that was a like a moment. I took the plunge, invested the money, and yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like a good timing of you were in a position that you had some money you could afford into the board. And I feel like this bottleneck gave you like the final push, like, okay, now it's time, like now or never to be able to get to the next step. I can imagine that.
Yeah.
And
I also think it's super important to find the right person. And I think in one way we probably should have, brought someone in much earlier. I mean, been doing this for more than a year now. We have learned a lot together around all the work we have been doing in the board. And but I think that's like a great advice I would like to give because it was a great fit for us bringing Ulf on board, because he was a customer.
Okay.
And so first he was a customer like 5-6 years ago, and then we become friends. So we kind of first had a customer relationship, so he actually bought our services. He had that, the experience from that. So and then he back then his company was an IT company, so kind of the same business as our business. And then we become friends. We had a lot of nice conversation around when we read the same books, and we had the same interest and stuff. So it unfolded very, like how should I say, like almost meant to be in one way. And I think that's something good when you have that relationship and you have the same values. And I think that's super important, that there is some kind of, how should I say, culture fit when you take the step.
I was about to say that the culture fit, and also I feel this really needs to be a person that you feel you can trust and you're on the same wavelength with. And interesting that you say he was a customer first. I didn't know that, but I feel that's actually even better, because he's been on the other side and has seen you in this situation as well. So yeah, it sounds like a great fit. And you just said that you did a lot of work in all different areas of the company, and you've learned a lot there. Can you share maybe some of the biggest changes, achievements, things you have learned now working with a professional board over the last year?
So I think the main things, like the big changes for us, I would summarize them with as 3 points. Basically, we have much better financial follow-up for the company, and we also have been doing a lot of work on iGoMoon's go-to-market process, which means, the delivery side of iGoMoon and the sales side is not just in Erik's and in my head. And, we make everything teachable, which is important when you want to scale up the company. And then I would say communication. I think it's super important when we are doing like strategic work. Ulf is really helping us not ending up in the details, because I think that's very, very challenging. Me and Erik, we end up talking about the operational things instead of talking about the strategic things in the board. So I think that's what I mean with communication. So he's balancing us in the board meetings. So the financial, the go-to-market process, and the communication. So we get the strategic work into place
Yeah.
and not ending up in the operational box.
Yeah, that's also what you said in the beginning. That was one of the reasons to have someone with lots of knowledge around strategy, basically. So it sounds like you've really done a lot of progress in just 1 year. So I'm excited to see how, the relationship of all you guys together on the board is going to unfold and what else is going to happen. But thank you for checking in after about a year and sharing your, what you've learned so far and how your experience was. And you guys, thank you for watching. Maybe you're also considering working with a professional board. So let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts? Also, if you have any ideas for future episodes or questions, shoot out a message to Mattias or leave a comment as well. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.